Hi, my name is Cindy, and I am one of the co-founders of Microryza. I'm a scientist, and during the last 2 years, I spent time in the UW Bioengineering department designing therapeutics. And about a year ago, one of the therapeutics that I designed, I discovered could also be used as a potential antibiotic for bacterial infections. And as a young, curious scientist, I was really excited and immediately wanted to test my hypothesis. So I pitched the idea to my professor, and he told me, Cindy, your idea is too small of an idea. There's no granting agency that would fund that. And so our team has spoken to hundreds of scientists nationwide, and every single scientist suffers from the same problem. Why is that? Research funding is painful. Researchers spend 3 to 6 weeks a year in their office writing grant proposals, most of which are rejected. And the bigger problem in academia is that National Science Foundation, they fund projects that are an average of $450,000, and that leaves a long tail of ideas that never see the light of day. And so what we plan to do is to fund these long tail of ideas. What we've created is a crowdfunding website designed specifically for academic research called Microryza. And now individuals like you can change the world with just $1. We allow anyone, anywhere in the world, to discover a project on microryza.com, back it with a few dollars, and by pooling a large number of micro donations, you move science forward faster. And in just 5 months, we have raised over $24,000 for scientists here at the University of Washington with an average donation of $67. And the community is starting to recognize that we're onto something big. Let me tell you about 2 of my favorite researchers that have raised money on Microryza. Christian Sador, paleontologist at University of Washington. He used Microryza so that he could raise enough money to dig up a triceratops and bring it back to display here at the Burke Museum. And Dr. Rafi Arroyan at UC San Diego is using Microryza to raise enough money to test 1,000 promising compounds on human intestinal hookworms, an infection that impacts 2 billion children worldwide. Let's take a step back. How much money do we spend on R&D every year? Globally, we spend $1.25 trillion on research and development, 300 billion of which are spent in the United States, 130 billion of which are funded by federal sources, and the National Institutes of Health, they fund $30 billion in research every year. But what are the projects that NIH doesn't fund? They rejected 82% of proposals last year, an all-time high. That's 41,000 ideas, 41,000 proposals, or $160 billion opportunity for us to fund the research that could change the world as we know it. So what we're going to do is we are going to reach out to 250,000 students, PhD students here in the United States, students, young scientists that already know how to use social media like Facebook and Twitter. If all of the students funded projects at an average of 5,000, that's a $1.25 billion addressable market. And we know that individuals online are already giving micro-donations through Kiva and Kickstarter and want to be involved with cancer research. So Microryza is a for-profit company, and we built Microryza to last many, many generations. Our business model is simple. We take a 5% transaction fee on projects that are fully funded, and through a network effect, we expect that the projects that we're funding will grow exponentially year after year. Denny and I are the founders of Microryza, and we're both scientists. We've put together a stellar team of engineers and designers that want to move this project forward. And we have an extremely talented team of advisors in science, in technology, and microfinance. So what I want to tell you today is that we are looking for $250,000 in investment. We have already proven the model here at the University of Washington, and we want to take this Microryza and bring it to 30 new schools nationwide. So what I want to ask you today is join us as early pioneers as we really change the research landscape. What you can expect in the next year is we might discover a new species. Researchers could potentially save an endangered species, discover a new green energy. But our team is not stopping until we fund the cure for cancer or send a Mars rover into space. And so the really exciting part is that all of the discoveries that will come out of Microryza are things that are unimaginable to anyone in this room today. Thank you.